What is going on, guys? Brad here from Pickdawgz.com. Welcome to Brad's NFL Breakdown. In this video, I will be going over every single game for this Week 7 NFL slate, and I will be giving out a pick as well. What do you know? Coming off another winning week, 9-4. Not as good as the week before where we went, like 12-3 or something, or 10-3, whatever it was, but 9-4, we'll take that.
Bang! It's good!
For that, week 3, week 4, week 5, week 6, we have all had winning weeks. So I don't know any other NFL show that's doing it like me. I truly don't. Transparent, keeping it real, get you in and out, and we win games. I mean, what more could you ask for? So if you're new to this video, I'm happy you're here. I got you. Just trust me. Click that subscribe button. And my goal is, like I said, to get you in and out. So let's get right into this Week 7 action. First up, we are headed to the Thursday night football game for this week, and we got the Steelers headed into Cincinnati to play the Bengals. Right now, it looks like it's pretty hard to take the Bengals, and I totally understand, guys, but I'm going to take them in the spot. I am on the Cincinnati Bengals. This game kind of gives me vibes of last week between the Eagles and the Giants. The Eagles were laying 7.5 going into New York, divisional game, and what happened? The Giants won outright. I don't know if the Bengals win this one outright, but like I said, guys, you're going to give me 5.5 on a short week with the home team. I'm going to take a shot on it. Also, the Bengals, they played the Packers, they played the Lions, they played the Jags. They're playing a bunch of good teams. I think another week with Joe Flacco under center is also strong. He's a veteran quarterback. Giving that type of guy one more week, I think will make a world of difference. So, like I said, I'm not sure if the Bengals win this game, but I do think they cover the spread. Next up, we are headed into London. We got the Los Angeles Rams headed into Jacksonville. But we got the Los Angeles Rams headed into London, and the Jaguars headed into London as well. This Jags team, this Jags organization is used to traveling across the pond. And typically, guys, let me keep it real. I like getting points in these London games. These London games are always weird. They're a little bit funky. You kind of got to throw a lot of the stuff that you see in this window out the window when you're dealing with these type of games. Last week, I was on the Jets plus the 7. That was easy money. And I think this is going to be a close game. I think this is a game that any team can win. And I think both these squads have looked good this season, and I think the Jaguars have been a pleasant surprise. So in that type of game overseas, you're going to give me 3 points. I'm going to take a shot here with the Jags. Puka probably plays, but we know he's a bit banged up. So yeah, I'm going to take the Jaguars here plus the points. Next up, we are headed into Minnesota, where we got the Philadelphia Eagles and the Vikings going at it. The Vikings are coming off a bye for this game, whereas the Eagles, they played on Thursday night, so they did have a little bit of a longer layoff, or not a layoff, but a longer, a bit of more rest than typical if you played on Sunday. But the Eagles are coming off their first loss, and they lost to the New York Giants. The week before that, they lost to the Denver Broncos. So this team, after a really hot start, after winning the Super Bowl, has lost 2 straight games. I think a lot of people are jumping off this Eagles train. I'm not there yet. I think this Eagles team is still a really good team, and this line is absolutely baffling. The fact that the Eagles are only laying 1.5 is crazy. And usually when it's too good to be true, that's when I'll try to be as sharp as possible and jump on the other side. But in this spot, I can't. I understand, like I said, the Vikings are coming off a bye. This defense is really good. They do everything very well, but there's still a big question with this team, and it's the most important position on the field, which is the quarterback. Looks like Carson Wentz is questionable for this game, and there's potential that J.J. McCarthy could come back in this game, but he's also questionable. So I'm recording this on Wednesday afternoon. I don't know exactly who's starting for the Vikings, but I really don't care. Whether it's Carson Wentz, whether it is J.J. McCarthy, I don't care. I'm going to be on the Eagles. Eagles, after coming off back-to-back really tough losses, I think they come out in this one pissed. I think a lot of people are doubting them. I think a lot of people are saying, oh, the Eagles are cooked. This team is done. Nah. I think we got to give this team one more shot, and I think this is a good buy low spot on this Philadelphia Eagles team that, let's be real, has a great defense. They have Saquon Barkley, one of the best playmakers in the league, and I got to lay 1.5 with them going against either J.J. McCarthy or Carson Wentz. Yeah, I'm going to do that. Give me the Eagles. Next up, we are looking at this matchup between the Raiders and the Chiefs. Raiders finally coming off a win last week, beating the Titans 20-10. But man, this line is going crazy. This line just keeps jumping up. I'm recording this Wednesday afternoon, and I'm seeing this thing at 12.5 some places. I just made this graphic, and for some reason, this line just keeps jumping, like I said. Geno Smith's playing, Ashton Genty's playing. It looks like this team's pretty healthy, at least on the offensive side of the ball. But man, looks like the Chiefs are starting to get their respect back. You know, this is a Chiefs team that lost the first 3 games of the season. Oh no, sorry, they lost the first 2 games of the season. I feel like everyone kind of wrote them off. Then they pick up this big win against Detroit last week, and now maybe they're getting overvalued again. Kind of a tough game here, guys. Kind of a game I don't want to touch. The line tells you to take the Chiefs, and the fact that it's moving up so much tells you to take the Chiefs. But in a divisional game, back against the wall, the Raiders typically play the Chiefs pretty close. If you look at the last 2 times these teams played the last season, the Raiders covered in both those games. And actually, the Raiders have covered the last 3 times these teams have played against each other. So I'm going to take the Raiders plus the points here. I like I said, I don't love it. It scares the crap out of me. I just kind of feel like I'm going to be sitting on the couch with the Las Vegas Raiders ticket thinking, what the hell am I doing? But you're going to give me double digits in a divisional game, guys. I'm going to take it. So give me the Raiders. Give me the points here. Next up, we are headed into Cleveland. We got the Dolphins headed into Cleveland to play the Browns. Probably the ugliest game on this Sunday slate. Browns laying 3 points in this one. And I'm not going to lie, guys. I had to take a double take on this one. I saw this line and I was like, what? The Browns are laying points? I just don't know how you can lay points with the Browns against anyone. I understand the Dolphins haven't looked great as of late, but in their last 2 games, they showed fight. That last game against the Chargers last week, they had a chance to win that game. I mean, they were very close to win that game. That was a very competitive game. The week before that was very competitive against Carolina. The week before that, they beat the Jets. So, look, I understand this Dolphins team is bad. They're not good, but I still think they're better than what odds makers are giving them, especially in this game. I just don't know how the Browns are able to keep up on the offensive side of the ball. You know, Dylan Gabriel, the Dylan Gabriel experiment's not working. It's as simple as that. I think it's time. You got to put that boy Shador in. It's time, bro. What do you have to lose, Cleveland? Your shit. Your ass, bro. Take a risk. At least you got some eyeballs on you if you put Shador in. So, I'm on the Dolphins plus 3. I honestly think they win this game outright. Like, the Dolphins aren't as bad as well, they're bad. I don't want to say they're not as bad as how they've looked this season, but you know, you play the Colts, who are elite, you play the Bills, you play the Patriots, who are looking really good right now, you play a Chargers team. Like, I think this game's going to look similar to the Dolphins-Jets game, and in that game they won. So, guys, give me the Fins, man. Give me the Fins plus 3 points. Next up, we are headed into Chicago, where we got the Saints and the Bears going at it. I hate to say this. Y'all may roast me. Y'all know we got to take the Saints, right? Y'all know we have to take the Saints. Right now, the Bears are laying 5.5. Coming off the biggest win of their season on Monday night against the Commanders. They were 5.5-point dogs in that game, won outright. Unfortunately, we're going to have to take the Saints. It's a spot thing, guys. After a big win like that on primetime, short week, you think the Bears are going to come out here ready to go? This is a classic come out flat spot for Chicago. Chicago has looked good as of late, though. They dropped 25 or more points in each of their last 3 games. They've won each of their last 3 games as well. Some might say, hey, Ben Johnson, he's figured something out. But this line tells me I got to take the Saints. This spot tells me I have to take the Saints. Bears are going to win this game, but I think it's going to be a lot closer than what people expect. So I'm going to be on the Saints. I'm going to take the points. Next up, we are headed into New Jersey, where we got the Carolina Panthers and the Jets going at it. While I'm recording this, it looks like the Panthers are laying 8.5. The Jets have yet to win a game yet. 0-6. They have looked terrible. Last week they were in London. They had a shot to win that game. The Jets had multiple chances to win that game. Man, a lot of Jets fans are honestly just giving up on this team at this point. I have friends that are Jets fans, and they're like, could I join the Bucs, bro? Like, could I be a fan of the Bucs? I'm like, yes, bro, come over. You guys don't deserve this with the Jets. With all that being said, I'm taking the Jets this week. I love taking winless teams at this point of the season at home. The Panthers, yes, they won 3 straight? Have the Panthers won 3 straight or 2 straight? Yeah, the Panthers have won 2 straight. They've won 3 out of their last 4. But one thing about the Panthers, if you don't notice, this team could play at home. They're great at home, but on the road, they've been terrible. They lost 42-13 against New England. They lost 26-10 against the Jags. They lost 27-22 against Arizona. When this team leaves Carolina, they become incompetent. Now the Jets coming back home. They need to find a win. This is a great opportunity. The Jets aren't going to have many more opportunities to win games this season. This is the opportunity if the Jets want to win a game, if they want to get some morale going in that locker room. You got to beat the Panthers at home. You got to beat the Panthers at home. I'm on the Jets. I'll take the 1.5 just to play it safe. I think the Jets win this game outright, but if you're going to give me a 1.5, I'll take that. So give me the Jets plus 1.5. Next up, we are headed into Tennessee, where we got the Patriots and the Titans going at it. Where do I start this one off, man? If you've been watching my videos, if you watch my content, if you've been buying my premium picks, you know the Patriots have been our cash cow. The Patriots have been my favorite team to bet on this season. I took them last week against the Saints. That was my pick of the day. Easy money. The week before that, on Monday night, what was my pick of the day? Patriots +8. They won that outright. The week before that, what was my pick of the day on Sunday? The Patriots laying 5.5. What did they do? They won 42-13. I love this Patriots team. I think this is a great squad. I think Drake May's legit, and the offense just runs like a well-oiled machine. Have you guys watched Patriots games this season? I suggest, if you want to watch a fun offense that you want to think is fun, watch the Patriots. This team is really strong on the offensive side of the ball, and now they have another favorable matchup going into Tennessee. I'm taking the Patriots. It's a gift that keeps on giving. If the Titans cover this spread, I'll tip my cap. And this is probably one of my least favorite Patriots games so far this season. I will have a little bit of money on it. It's not a game I'm going to go huge on. Just laying 7 points on the road is tough. But like I said, guys, it's a gift that keeps on giving for me. They've covered for me in 3 straight games. I'm going to ride with them one more time, especially against the worst team. I'm going to give the Titans some credit. Potentially the worst team in the NFL. How about that, Tennessee? Give me the Patriots here. Next up, we are headed into Los Angeles, where we got the Colts and the Chargers going at it. This is probably going to be one of the better games of Sunday's slate. While I'm recording this, the Chargers are laying 8.5. When I first saw this line, I think I even said on the morning show, we were doing a little bit of an early preview of this slate. I was like, damn, Chargers only laying 1.5. That kind of seems enticing. The more I think about it, though, guys, the more I look into this matchup, I am actually going to be on the Colts. The Chargers, I just don't think are playing good football right now. They're banged up. Of course, Amari and Hampton's banged up. This O-line hasn't been as good as, Harbaugh and this team has wanted it to be. And that's massive for the Chargers. If you know anything about Harbaugh, if you know anything about the Chargers, you know what they want to do. They want to run the ball and they want to play great defense. Well, their O-line hasn't been great. Their running back is injured, so you're not going to be able to run the ball well. And their defense hasn't been great either. I mean, the Dolphins put up 27 against them last week. The Commanders put up 27 against them the week before that. The Giants beat them and put up 21 against them the week before that. So everything that the Chargers stand for, everything that the Chargers need to do well for them to be a good team, they're not doing right now. And that's the reason why they haven't been looking like the Chargers from the beginning of the season. That same team who beat the Chiefs, the Raiders, the Broncos, they don't look like that same team. So, guys, the Colts are on a run. This is going to be a regular season juggernaut all season long. I'm going to take them in this spot. Until the Chargers show me something, until they look like that team that they did in the beginning of the season, probably a team I'm looking to fade. So, give me the Colts here. Next up, we are headed into Denver, Colorado, where we got the New York Giants facing the Broncos. If you guys know me, if you watch some of my videos, you know I don't love this Broncos team. I actually live in Denver. They're kind of like my second team that I root for. But I've watched a lot of Broncos games this season, and they don't pass my eye test. I understand they're 4-2, great record, but the offense just isn't there. It's not at all. I don't love this offense. I think Bo Nix, believe it or not, even going 4-2, I believe he is having a bit of a sophomore slump this season, and I called that in the beginning of the season. On the other hand, the Giants coming off their Super Bowl, beating the Eagles on primetime. That was a great win there. We were on the Eagles, we were on the Giants. So shout out the Giants there. But what I'm trying to say here, bringing up all this, I don't want to take the Giants because after a win like that, they're not a team I want to back. It kind of seems like a letdown spot heading into Denver. Not an easy place to play. But I'm also not rushing to the window to lay all these points with the Broncos. We see a total of 40.5 here. Odds makers think it's going to be a lower scoring game. In that type of low scoring matchup, I don't love laying this many points. So I'm going to take the easy way out. I am going to take the under in this game. I think it's going to be a lower scoring, ugly defensive battle here. So give me the under 40.5 in Giants Denver. Next up, we are headed into Arizona. We got the Packers and the Cardinals going at it. I'm going to keep it real. Probably my least favorite game on this Sunday slate. I mean, you got the Cardinals who have lost 4 straight games. You got the Packers who have failed to cover in their last 3. Packers 0-2 ATS on the road. Cardinals 0-3 ATS at home. Just 2 teams I'm not really begging to back. You know, the Cardinals, it looks like Kyler Murray is questionable. If I were them, just keep running Brissett. I mean, Brissett looked pretty decent last week against the Colts. So I kind of like Brissett running this offense, man. Kyler, I think the time is done. If you're Arizona, just move on from him. It didn't work. Hey guys, you guys drafted him. You put a lot of money into him. The stock didn't work out. The Kyler experience is over. Let's just be real, bro. It's over. You gave him Marv. You gave him DeAndre Hopkins. Like, bro, it just isn't working. So that's just my thoughts there. I'm totally on a tangent right now. I'm not going to bet this game. Give me an over. Give me an over. Yeah, I'm not betting this thing, though. Next up, we are headed into Dallas. We got the Commanders and the Cowboys going at it. I think this is going to be a fun game. This is a game you want to have on your TV. As you see here, we see a total of 55. I believe that's the highest total so far this season. You know, earlier in this video, I said a gift that keeps on giving for me is the Patriots. You know, another gift that keeps on giving is Cowboys overs. I take the over every game in Cowboys games, and it's been cashing in for me. It's cashed in for me in the last 3 weeks. I will be on the over in this game, but I will also be on the Commanders, especially with the Commanders coming off that loss to the Bears on primetime. I think they come out to this one a little bit pissed off. They had some questionable turnovers in that game, and let's be real, guys. The Dallas Cowboys defense is probably the worst. The Dallas Cowboys defense is probably the worst unit in all of football in the NFL. I think this Commanders team, after a tough night on the offensive side of the ball, absolutely torches the Cowboys. Let me see. The only thing about the Commanders right now is how banged up that wide receiver unit is. I'm trying to see if any of these guys are back. Let's see. I'm going to pause it real quick just to give you guys some accurate information here. All right, I'm back. So Terry McLaurin, questionable, limited at practice. It looks like he is getting some practice this week, which is massive. Debo, questionable, did not practice on Wednesday. So we'll see, but if you give Jaden Daniels either Debo or Terry, I think they blow it out the roof here. I think they have so much success on the offensive side of the ball. I just don't think this Cowboys offense will be able to keep up. So, guys, I like the Commanders laying the 2, and I do like the over in this game. Next up, we are headed into the Bay Area. We got the Falcons and the Niners going at it. While I'm recording this, it looks like the Niners are laying 2.5. I'm also seeing some 2s some places, so it does look like the Falcons are catching some steam. And yes, how do the Falcons look good? They have. You know, they're coming off back-to-back wins, you know, beating the Commanders, big win there. Had a bye week and then beat the Buffalo Bills 24-14 on Monday Night Football last week. We were on the Falcons in that game. Shout out to Falcons, but I kind of want to fade them in this spot. After a massive win on primetime like that. Short week, traveling across the country into San Francisco. I don't think this is going to be a walk in the park for the Falcons. Yes, I understand the Niners are dealing with a grip of injuries. You know, you lose Fred Warner with a really bad injury last week. Of course, Nick Bosa, you know, he's been out. But it kind of looks like they might get some guys back. You know, Brock Purdy questionable for this game. Ricky Pearsall questionable for this game. George Kittle might come back this game as well. So they're starting to get a bit more healthy. And look, the thing about the Niners is they've been banged up all season long. This is a team who has been pretty good this season, even with all these injuries they've been dealing with. They're 4-2 straight up. Like, you can't be mad at that at all. So I think this team has depth. I think Kyle Shanahan is a much better coach than Morris. And I kind of want to fade the Falcons after a great win on primetime. Traveling across the country into San Francisco. That's never an easy place to play. So I'm going to be on the Niners, and I'm going to lay the short number. Next up, we have a good one here, guys. We got the Tampa Bay Bucs, my team, heading into Detroit to play the Lions. You know, the Bucs, a lot of power rankings have the Bucs as the number 1 team in the NFL right now, which is fantastic. Like I said, I am a Bucs fan, but I think this might be the spot we have to fade. the Bucs. The Lions are coming off a really tough loss against Kansas City. Now they're headed back home where historically they played their best ball. Bucs, on the other hand, coming off a wild win against the Niners. Everyone's calling Baker Mayfield an MVP, which I think he should be. But let's be real, guys. the Bucs, no Mike Evans, no Chris Godwin, no Abuka, no Bucky Irving. All their playmakers are out for this game. And now they're going against a really tough Lions team that can run up the score. I'm laying it with the Lions, guys. The Bucs have been a moneymaker for us over the last few weeks, and we will continue to bet on the Bucs throughout the season. But with how banged up they are, I think this is a spot where the Bucs come in, they give one to the Lions. And then, next week moving forward, as this team gets more healthy, we'll be back on them. But for this one, I'm going to take the Lions. I'm going to lay the points. Last but not least, we are on our last game before this Week 7 slate. Hope you guys are enjoying this video. If you do, man, drop a like for your boy. We got the Texans headed into Seattle to play the Seahawks. Interesting line here. Seahawks laying 3.5. That's a lot. That's a lot. This Texans team, after a rough start to the season, we saw them beat the Titans 26-0. I know you can't put too much stock into that win. The Titans are bad. And then they went into Detroit and won that game 44-10. I understand the rate, or sorry, did I say Detroit? I meant Baltimore. They went into Baltimore and won that game 44-10. I know Baltimore's bad right now, but to go on the road and win that game by 34 points, that is impressive. So I feel like the Texans might be getting, might be finding their groove a bit. And the Texans are also coming off a bye week. Whereas Seattle just went into Jacksonville last week, had to play a tough game. Now they're traveling across the country again back to Seattle. You're going to give me over a field goal. I think this is a game where any team can win. I'm going to take it. I'm going to take the Texans here. I do want the points up. Like I said, I think this is going to be close and competitive. I definitely want the points in this one. Give me the Texans. So that is going to do it, guys. Every single game for Week 17 we just covered. As you guys know, man, I'm not a guy who goes over like all these crazy stats. I'm telling you, I say these at the end of my videos because a lot of people are probably watching this. Well, he didn't tell me this quarterback's passing rating. We didn't hear about this team's offensive efficiency numbers. Like, bro, all that shit's baked into the line. I want to remind you guys, when you watch these handicappers on other channels give you these crazy stats, you don't think Vegas and the odds makers and their algorithms already know that? They do. The way to bet NFL, if you want to win in the NFL betting, what you need to do is bet on spots and situations, and you need to line read. You can know all the stats in the world. That's not going to help you bet in the NFL. So I just want to put that out there. There's a reason why we've won every single week with this show besides week 1. And we're going to do it again this week. Appreciate you guys watching this. If you want my best bets, you can always find those over at Pickdawgz Premium. Or just click the link in the description in this video. It'll say Brad's Best Picks. Appreciate you guys. I'll catch you on the next one.